Okay, this is the third video for AS Economics. What we've so far looked at in video one is what is an economy, and the second one was looking mainly at the economic problem. In this video, what I really want to focus on are economic agents. Okay, so within every economy across the world, there are three main economic agents that you need to be aware of. We have households, firms, and we have the government. And the households consists of two sets of people. Okay, so think about you yourself, think about me. In my house, I'm a worker, and my incentive for working mainly is for a wage. And earning a wage enables me to be a consumer. So it allows me to go to the shops and buy goods and services which I can use to meet my needs and wants. This, in theory, helps me have a decent level of economic welfare, or living standards, if you like. We also have businesses. Okay, so businesses, they're the entrepreneurs, if you like, the risk takers. These are the people that bring together land, labour, capital and enterprise, and they do this to produce output, mainly for profit. There are some firms that don't, but ultimately the bulk of firms, especially in an economy like Britain, more of a free market economy, they exist to make profits. They're incentivised to make money, and they make this money by selling goods and services to households. We also have the government as another key economic agent. Britain, although we're a free market economy, we have got elements of government involvement, so we're therefore really a mixed economy. Now the government, overall, they're responsible for raising the economic welfare or the living standards of the people that live in the country. So think about what they do. They create laws. So for example, workers, they will be eligible to claim a minimum wage, which stops firms from exploiting workers, for example. There are laws that control how much pollution businesses can make, and there are also laws over ownership as well. So if I buy my house as a consumer, it's mine, no one can take it from me. On top of that, the government will also tax people. So workers, for example, will pay income tax on their earnings. We pay national insurance contributions. When you buy stuff in the shops, you pay VAT. Firms, they will pay tax on their profits, what we call corporation tax. They'll be responsible for making contributions for workers that they've got. There might be additional taxes placed on other firms as well. And overall, what the government will do with this money that it collects, it will spend it back on us guys. So a few examples, people who are unemployed who can't find work, eligible for unemployment benefits. Some consumers don't earn enough money to afford the basics. So the government might provide people with housing support, for example, tax credits, working tax credits, contributions towards childcare costs. Firms are also eligible for government money. So for example, the government might give businesses subsidies or grants to help them grow and become successful, train their workers. And overall, the government will spend lots of money on things like the police to enforce laws. It will provide us with free healthcare. It builds the road network across the country. It contributes to all sorts of different things. Now, what we have between economic agents, we have conflicts of interests. Okay, so let's take a few examples. These mainly fall between households and firms. Now, so we go back a second. Households and firms and the government, really, we're all interdependent. That's why I've got these green arrows connecting the three together. Without households, firms have got no one to work in their businesses. They can't get hold of labour, they can't produce their output. Without consumers from households, they've got no one to buy their stuff, which means they ultimately cannot make profit. Households are reliant on firms as a way of earning money, so to earn their wages, but we also need to buy the output that firms produce in order to meet our wants and our needs and raise our economic welfare. The government, well, they need households to pay their taxes. They need businesses to pay their taxes in order for them to spend back into the economy. So we're all reliant or interdependent on each other. But on top of that as well, there's conflicts. So for example, workers would like to earn a higher wage rate. The more money that people earn, the more output they can buy from firms. Trouble is, if firms were to give workers more money, it will make it more expensive for firms to produce things which could ultimately mean that they make lower profits. Businesses, remember, they exist to make profit. These guys would like to charge higher prices possible. The bigger price they can charge, the more profit they can make. But that's not very good for consumers who want things at the lowest possible price. So think about that one overall. Workers want the highest possible wage, but businesses want to pay the lowest possible rate wage. We've got a conflict there from the word go. Consumers want to pay the lowest possible price. Firms want to pay or offer something at the highest possible price. A clear conflict between the two. Okay, the government might have a conflict with firms. The government will want to reduce pollution levels, maybe creating new laws, more taxes on businesses, but businesses might not want to comply with these because it makes it more expensive for these guys to make things. Households, we don't want to pay taxes because if we pay more tax, we can afford to buy less stuff as consumers. But ultimately, if we pay lower taxes, the government get less money in to spend on all the different projects they want to spend money on. Okay, so overall, households, firms and government are the economic agents. We all want different things. We all rely on each other. We have to work together. But there are quite a lot of conflicts between what we all want to achieve.